Hey guys, it's Joshua here from GT Omega, and today I'm going to talk you through how to mount the XLRS chair onto the PRIME Cockpit. Due to some of the most recent feedback we've received, we thought it'd be best to put a small video together to show you the easiest way in mounting the XLRS chair onto the PRIME Cockpit. Also key to note is that this video will work for the PRIME Lite setup as well, so both are the same setups in terms of mounting the chair to the cockpit. Before you get started, make sure you've got a nice clear space and you've got everything that you need. You should have your Allen key, your wrench, your M8 screws, your bolts, your aluminium angle brackets, your bracket covers, and your seat mounts. Before starting the installation process of the chair onto the PRIME Cockpit, we would also highly recommend that you pre-install your T-nuts into your seat mount. Now, the best way to do that, if you don't know what a T-nut is, firstly, it's the nut or bolt that looks quite strange. It's got a curved bottom with a clip on the edge. Now, how to insert that into your seat mount is you simply remove the cap from the bottom and give the clip a small pinch before sliding it up the middle runner, like so. And that's ready to go in the chair now. Perfect, so you're ready to get started. Now, the first step is to make sure your chair is in the right position to mount all of the key parts. So what you want to do is you want to turn the chair so that you're on top of it, facing top down, and it feels like it's at a right angle to you. Now, what you want to do first is mount your aluminium angle brackets onto your seat slider. Now, the easiest way to do this is to adjust your seat slider from its base so that it's fully away from the chair. To do that, you simply click down the adjustment bar and pull through the seat slider from the base. Doing this will allow you the most amount of maneuverability when mounting your angle brackets onto your seat slider. Once you've adjusted your seat slider, you're going to want to grab your aluminium angle bracket, your M8 screws, your bolts, and your wrench and your Allen key. When mounting the angle bracket onto the seat slider, the most important thing to remember is the flat edge is facing into the chair. You want to be facing down on the empty section. This will give you the most space when you're mounting your seat to your cockpit when it's all finished. When inserting your screws into the seat slider, we would recommend that you use the second hole from the center. Once you put your screw through, you're going to want to put your angle bracket on top of the screw and attach one of your bolts and screw it in firmly. Once your bolt is finger tight, you want to take your wrench on top and continue to tighten this. If your bolt moves whilst you're tightening it with your wrench, use your Allen key in the back of the screw to hold the screw in place whilst you tighten your bolt. For the purpose of today, we might install this chair slightly looser than we would recommend, but when you're doing your personal installation, please make sure that all the bolts are as tight as possible. Once you've firmly installed your rear angle bracket, what you want to do is grab the same parts again, and as we said before, push the seat slider all the way forward. When installing the angle bracket on the front side, you want to make sure that you have plenty of space in behind the seat slider to put your screws in. It's quite a tight space, but it can be done. Just play around with the seat slider and adjust it until you have the most amount of space to get your screws in. Screw that firmly into place to touch, and then, as you said before in the last one, grab your wrench and tighten as much as possible. Fantastic. Next, what you're going to want to do is grab your seat mount and attach this to the brackets that you've just attached to your seat slider. Now, you'll notice here that there are 4 T-nuts already in the profile of the seat mount. You're going to want to focus on the inside too. You're going to grab your screw, put it in the empty section of the angle bracket, and match it up with the seat mount and screw it in. Now, this is where your Allen key comes in handy. And the same for the front side. Once you've done all of that, you're going to want to flip the chair over and repeat the entire process for the other side. Fantastic, you finished mounting your seat mounts onto your seat slider base. Now what you want to do is take the entire chair and put it onto the PRIME Cockpit. To do that, it's very simple. You just want to take your chair and gently line it up onto the cockpit. Okay, so you've successfully built your chair. Now it's time to mount it onto the cockpit. So we want to take our angle brackets and find our T-nuts that line up with the chair on the Prime Cockpit. So you'll notice that the T-nuts, again, are already in place. So all you need to do is take your M8 screw and line it up with your chair firstly, and the T-nut in the Prime Cockpit. As said previously, once you've finished this side, you repeat the entire process on the other side and you'll be ready to go. And that is it, guys. That is the XLRS chair mounted to the Prime Cockpit. You're ready to go, and the only thing left to do is race.